Rumors are that allegedly Kenya is about to help Nene in a big way. What is it? Well, I have some new information that may answer that question and more right after this. What's up, kinfolk, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, do me a favor and subscribe. And if you already are subscribed, do me a favor and get notified so you'll know whenever I upload new videos to the channel. Alright, kinfolk, come on into the house. We have a lot to talk about, and it centers around rumors that allegedly Kenya is about to help Nene in a big way. What is it? Well, I have some new information that may answer that question and more, and here it goes. Rumors are that allegedly Kenya is working behind the scenes to potentially get Nene back on Real Housewives of Atlanta. One source said, "It's not surprising that Kenya might be working to get Nene back on the show. She's made public statements in regards to supporting a Nene return and considers her a strong cast-producing partner. Kenya is smart, and she knows that Nene returning to the franchise would be good for business. But not all sources agree." Another industry insider said, "This rumor is crazy if true. I could see Nene being good for Real Housewives of Atlanta business, but she's just too much drama for the network and producers. Also, I don't think she has or has ever toned down her diva antics, which got her demoted last time. So, the question is, can Kenya really help Nene get back her job on Real Housewives of Atlanta, or is it simply a lost cause?" Well, industry insiders still feel if Nene was to come back, her best way is through Cynthia. However, any help from Kenya or other ladies supporting her return is extra added strength to her pleas. The industry insider continued, "Kenya is a veteran cast producer, and along with Kandi, and I can see and only imagine that the heavy lifting that they are doing is becoming to be a little worrisome. Adding Cynthia to the mix would definitely help out a lot, but adding Nene will be icing on the cake. So, why do the ladies feel that Nene has a shot at coming back? Well, recently, Bravo has been rebooting several franchise shows with former castmates. Even some of the other franchises' most scandalized and most scandal-ridden housewives are making big returns. So, some figure Nene could be next. Other sources say that simply isn't the case with Nene. Kenya may or may not know this, but she figures it's worth a shot." As for Kenya, industry insiders say that she is finally in a good place with producers and shouldn't jeopardize her good standing with them and the network for Nene. Much like Cynthia, Bravo absolutely adores Kenya and her reputation for being a professional and a business-like housewife. So, Kenya, a lot of industry insiders say, should not even waste her good standing with the network in order to bring Nene back, because Nene's brand is just too toxic, ended the source. Now, kinfolk, when I heard this rumor about Kenya potentially helping Nene rejoin the Real Housewives of Atlanta and going all in for, I was not surprised because of this reason. Much like my sources are saying that a lot of these franchises are getting rebooted with different housewives. And I've noticed that a lot of these franchises are beginning to bring back some of their most scandalizing housewives who left on some good terms and some who left on bad terms. It seems as if, like my sources are saying, that if the line of thinking is correct, that Nene probably should be next in line to get a opportunity to return back to the franchise. However, like my sources are saying, that is just not the case with Nene. And they're not sure if Kenya knows this or does not know this. And it's all speculation and rumors and alleged information at the moment, but I do consider Kenya a very smart woman. So if you are to believe this rumor, I definitely believe that Kenya knows how much of a heavy lifting job it would be in order to get Nene back on the show. However, again, I can see where the line of thinking is, well, all these other ladies have done crazy, egregious things on their franchises and they're being brought back. And some may argue the fact that, well, none of them actually tried to sue Andy and Bravo and some of the producers, allegedly. But the thing about it is, we don't know if those other ladies did those things behind closed doors and it just was not brought to light. However, I will say this, some of those ladies are very risky rehires simply because a lot of them left based off of racial issues and derogatory statements that they made or allegedly made in front or and behind the cameras. So with that being said, I figured that probably would be just as bad and much of a bad PR move to bring them back as it would be to bring Nene back. Now, kinfolk, it is another part of this rumor that, again, even in the light of Bravo bringing back and producers bringing back old housewives who left in a very scandalizing way, there's still a part of this rumor that I still do believe, and it's this. Even though Bravo and producers are allegedly bringing back some of these scandalizing type housewives back to their franchises, my sources are saying it's still not a clear path for Nene to return simply because of her lawsuit. That lawsuit was very damaging for the network and producers and for the Real Housewives of Atlanta franchise as a whole. And my sources are saying that it took a lot for producers and the network to allegedly change the dynamics and how the public perceived them following Nene's lawsuit and during Nene's lawsuit. It was a very, very heavy lifting job for them trying to produce a more positive narrative on how they are being equitable when it comes to how they are filming housewives across different franchises. So you can only imagine having to spend all that time and money to rebrand an entire network franchise across the board based off of one lawsuit. You can pretty much understand why the network might have just washed their hands completely of Nene. And I just think that for Nene, that just should be understood. Now, my sources are still saying that Cynthia is allegedly the best vehicle to get Nene back on the show. And my sources are holding tight to that. They're like, the other housewives, even Candy included, could, advocate for Nene to come back or publicly state that they don't mind Nene coming back. But my sources are sticking strong to this, that the only way that Nene comes back, if she ever was to come back, is going to be or have to be through Cynthia, because Cynthia carries allegedly that much weight with producers and the network. Now, kinfolk, another part of this rumor that honestly I do agree with is this. Now look, Nene, in my opinion, is great for reality TV. She is great for Real Housewives of Atlanta. She was phenomenal every season she was on. She is literally the face of Real Housewives of Atlanta and arguably all Real Housewives franchises across Bravo. She really is the blueprint for a lot of these other big name reality stars on other housewives shows really followed in order to reach their stardom level and their level of fame. But with that being said, I just do agree with one of the industry insiders when they say that I don't think Kenya should waste her goodwill with producers and her goodwill with the network on Nene. I just don't think it. I think that if Nene is to come back, in which I wouldn't mind seeing Nene back, I think it's best for her to come up with a plan on her own that involves just her, maneuvering her way back into front of the camera. I don't think Kenya should really waste a lot of her goodwill and her reputation on bringing Nene back. One reason is being that, as you all know, for the longest, Kenya got some pretty bad edits from producers over the course of her tenure on Real Housewives of Atlanta. This season and kind of last season, we start to see Kenya's edits lighten up a lot. We start to see her in a very different light. We start to see that producers really saw all the positive things that she brought to the franchise and how she really is a veteran and why she is pretty much respected across the board from all other housewives from other franchises as well as the Real Housewives of Atlanta franchise. So I just don't want to see Kenya have to go back to that place where she's getting bad edits because she's sticking her neck out there for Nene. And also, I feel like Kenya shouldn't waste her time with trying to bring Nene back because of this reason. You know, as we love Nene and or love to hate Nene on the show, I don't think Nene is trustworthy enough for someone like Kenya to really waste a lot of time and energy and goodwill with the network and producers on bringing back. Simply because Nene would turn on you in a heartbeat if you even say something that she doesn't agree with. It is just not worth it, I don't think. Now, of course, Kenya is a producing powerhouse on Real Housewives of Atlanta. She knows how to get different emotions out of ladies and things of that nature. But I think with Nene, she can probably do the same thing with her and use it to her advantage. But at the same time, with Nene, when she's not your friend, she really does cut below the belt. And we've seen that time and time again. And I'm not just saying, you know, switching up on Kenya in front of the camera for drama and the storylines. I'm talking about behind the scenes things as well. Now, it's all alleged information and just rumors, but we know that Nene held a lot of sway at Bravo when it came to, you know, Housewives staying and going. And I just don't think Kenya needs that type of toxicity attached to her name and her brand right now when she's finally on a good streak with the network and with producers and with the franchise as a whole. And I want to see her to continue to be on that good streak and that good winning streak when it comes to edits and storylines. But Kim folk, I want to know what you guys think. If you are to believe this rumor, and it's all speculation at this point, do you think Kenya is doing the right thing by allegedly trying to help Nene get back on Real Housewives of Atlanta? Or do you think Kenya should just leave Nene where she is and just continue to focus on herself, her storylines, her narratives, and her brand as an official peach holder on Real Housewives of Atlanta? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Alright, Kim folk, as always, if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you guys over on the next one. Peace.